episode of the SourceFed podcast. I am Matt Lieberman. Joining me today, from that burp, you can tell Steve Zaragoza is on the podcast.
What's up?
Yeah. Sam Basher is here.
Hey.
And a very, very special guest, executive producer of everything we do here at Discovery Digital Networks, LA, Mr. Jeremy Azevedo.
Yes, hello.
Hey.
The man with the plan.
Yeah.
The man in the office. Yeah. He's got a glass. Wanted to look at us. He would go in there and talk to him. He's the one that tells us that all of everything to do online. And
I don't know if you actually think that this is like a real tee up for him or not.
Hang on, I'm working on my hype man routine.
Oh, okay.
I like it a lot. I like it.
This guy's gonna come right out of this car and into that office building and work on our internet video today.
The more stuttering you do, the better it is.
Yeah,
I
wait,
think.
here, can you hype up Sam?
That boy is the one. He's got a shirt today on, and he's gonna put it out now on the internet.
You sound like the Gobblestick CEO.
And coming out right at you, the one man who's got a shirt on too, Matt Lieberman.
Yeah, no different than his hype.
And here I come right now. I woke up today to get into work, and now I'm here to make an internet videos.
That's a great idea. If you were to do characters live, a hype man who hypes himself is a great idea.
I think we need to start a rustling channel.
A rustling channel?
Yeah.
Cattle
I
rustling?
think somewhere Mike Falzone is rustling from underneath the garbage he sleeps under. Just kidding. I love Mike Falzone. He just looks like a homeless man. But I
Only
love
sometimes.
him.
He's a
love him.
classy homeless man.
He is a classy homeless man.
He's a clean homeless
I
man.
love Mike Falzone. We need him in here more often. But this is Jeremy's day. This is Jeremy's podcast because it's his first time on the damn show.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, and you are mere days away from being a faither.
I might be one day away.
You might be one
yeah,
day
I
away
find
from
out
being
tomorrow.
a father.
Hold on,
Yeah.
we didn't talk to him off camera about if he wants his son to be a product of the YouTube generation, or daughter
it's
to be
gonna
a
be a
subject of the YouTube generation.
A tiny
female?
lady. Yeah.
Tiny lady.
Are we going to use that tiny lady in videos?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think that tiny lady isn't going to pilot a giant robot and kill us in a video, then you're
Oh,
wrong.
for sure.
I think
Yeah.
we need to do another Garrison Ford video.
Oh,
but this
yeah.
time
that-
bring in Jeremy's baby.
That's an old one.
That is
Yeah.
an old one.
Hey, are you or have you done a fake poster called Jeremy's Baby for Rosemary's Baby?
I did actually.
Yeah.
Was
Really?
it Rosemary's baby though?
Yeah, for the announcement, I did the alien poster for
Yeah.
the first one, and then for the second one, for the gender reveal, it was Rosemary's Baby.
That's
So
great.
my wife is very understanding.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What was your first gig doing online stuff? Like, how did you even get into this? Because you've been doing it way longer than us.
I don't know. I've been doing it since college.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as soon as digital cameras rolled out, I just figured, for the same amount of money that it would cost to make a film, I could make like 40 shitty videos and just show them to my friends. And so I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
That was like 2002 or something.
Oh man, what were you doing in 2002?
I was in elementary school.
Oh my god, I didn't want to hear that. What were you doing in 2002?
I was
Steve?
watching Suburban Commando in my underwear eating Cheetos.
I was definitely also doing that, for sure. Yeah. In fact, I probably was doing that last weekend.
watching Suburban Commando. I was frozen today. Those are quotes
great
that no one
film.
Nope.
Yeah, it's
I've
real bad
I've
news.
never seen it.
That's Hulk Hogan as a space.
Oh no.
Is he-
Is it space?
What?
Yeah, he's from space.
He's like
from
a
space,
space
too?
warrior
yeah.
that comes and crash lands.
So he's playing himself. Clearly.
He comes to the neighborhood and crash lands into Christopher Lloyd's house.
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd and Hulk Hogan?
Christopher Lloyd and Hulk Hogan. Christopher Lloyd's the dad. I mean, I think he plays with the children or something, and there's aliens, and I don't remember.
He saves the universe from bullies.
He saves the universe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is
He's
it
trying to fit in. It's
but-
almost like, do you remember that movie with the caveman?
Encino Man?
Yes. It's like
Yeah.
Encino Man, but about a future man.
I love
Okay.
Encino Man. I miss
I don't
Brendan
know about
Fraser.
that.
I
it's
miss
not-
Brendan Fraser
I miss
too.
Brendan Fraser.
Wait,
I mean,
Brendan Fraser was in Biodome, wasn't he?
No, he
No,
was not. That's
Pauly
Pauly
Shore.
Shore.
Pauly Shore is
also
his.
in Encino
and
Man.
Alec Baldwin's brother.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Stephen
Stephen
Baldwin.
Baldwin.
Stephen
we
Baldwin.
talked about
Christian
this
Baldwin.
on we talked about this on a table talk.
You talking about
recently.
Biodome?
I
Yeah.
love Biodome.
Really?
I love
He's a
Biodome
huge Biodome
too.
fan.
Just
Yeah.
because we're in a bubble doesn't mean we can't cause a little trouble.
I love Safety Dance because of that movie.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Safety Dance.
You don't just love it on its own. It's a perfect song.
It is,
well,
but
you
like
gotta love the weasel.
It enhances it.
the
You gotta
Weasel.
love the weasel. Also, Biodome is the first appearance of Tenacious D.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yeah, they
you're
sang a
right.
song called Change or something, or
Is
Earth Song.
Kyle Gass in the end of High Fidelity, or is it just Jack Black singing?
No, Kyle Gass.
I don't think it's Kyle Gass.
No,
but you're
he's
thinking
not
of
in his
Cable
band.
Jack
Guy.
Black,
Kyle Gass
I
is at
think,
the
is
end
a
of Cable
vampire.
Guy.
He's been around for so long. Sometimes I'll be watching like a really old movie like Waterworld, and I swear to God, I see Jack Black and he looks the same.
Yeah.
Wait, Jack Black's in
Yes.
Waterworld?
Yeah,
he's
Kevin
like,
Costner?
Yeah, he's
like,
one of the bad
he's some
guys
minion. He's
in
like
a
one of the
plane.
villains. He's like Merman or something.
He's also the bully in Neverending Story 3.
He is. I remember that.
Yeah.
I saw that recently, and that was really
Why?
weird. Because it was just, it's bored.
He's also
Netflix.
in like a classic commercial for Pitfall.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
It's like, I was in the jungle last night with Pitfall Harry.
Did you ever see the Neverending Story 2?
No, I've
Yeah,
never
it's
seen
real
a
bad.
single Never-Ending
It's
Story.
got Jonathan Brandis in it,
Bless you.
and it's real bad. Jonathan
Which-
Brandis is the boy who committed suicide recently.
Which one is the one that has
years
the
ago.
duck people? Is that the
That's
second or the
it,
third?
that's it.
It's the second one.
Yeah,
Right?
Howard
there's
the Duck.
There's this like bird person
Yeah.
Bird person.
in the Neverending Story 3.
I love bird person.
And I've always been uncomfortable watching the bird person because it looks like he's got an uncomfortable like thing happening in his crotch area, and either he has to pee
Uncomfortable
real
how?
bad. In every scene, it's like he has to pee very bad, and I've always like noticed that about people in like animal suits.
Which one?
They always like move around like they've got to go to the bathroom.
Wait, which Never-Ending Story is it when
Like they
he
move
loses his
spastically,
memory?
right?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
When does he lose his memory? And like the little ball things, and like
I think that's 2.
I think that's. It started getting real weird. It was already really weird,
Part
but
2's real bad.
is 3 better?
I don't remember part 3 at all, other than Jack Black being in it.
I watched The Last Unicorn for the first time.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a great
Ralph
one.
Bakshi.
That
Yeah.
one's got a good song too.
Yeah, well, all the music is by the band America, which makes no sense in an animated movie, but I loved it. The Last Unicorn. It's on Netflix right now, and my girlfriend loves it. I've never seen it. That movie is real sad.
Yes, and it's terrifying too.
All
Yeah.
of those cartoons back then were.
But it's like boring and sad. Like there's no.
It's not for kids.
It just kind of starts. It's just like 2 humans are riding through the forest. It's just like, oh, there must be a unicorn here because it's so green. Don't you go nowhere, unicorn. You must be the last of your kind. It's like, I'm the last of my kind. Oh, that sucks. I'm going to be depressed about this for the next hour and a half.
Yeah.
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 These
But-
are movies I have not seen or heard
Schmendrick
of.
the Wizard.
Classics.
Yeah.
Schmendrick sounds like a place where I can get a good pastrami sandwich.
Schmendrick is
Yeah, we
like.
should go there after work.
Schmendrick is a Yiddish word, I think, for like an idiot.
Hey, don't be a Schmendrick. What are you talking about?
But like the cast is insane. Alan Arkin and Christopher Lee and
Love
Jeff
it.
Bridges
Love
and
it.
like
In the
Angela
last-
Lansbury.
in the Last Unicorn?
Yeah.
Alan Arkin's in a lot of stuff, and people don't quite remember. People don't appreciate Alan Arkin until Little Miss Sunshine.
That I guess yeah, he didn't really get the respect he deserved
Until that.
late in his career.
Did he win for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he won the Oscar.
I liked him in Edward Scissorhands.
Oh God, he wasn't Edward
Yeah, he's the
Scissorhands.
dad.
Yeah. He was in. I watched this like TV Holocaust movie that he
Bless
was in
you.
called Escape from Sobibor, and it's him and
the-
Rutger Hauer.
I
I
never
love
heard of
Rutger
this.
Hauer.
Yeah, Rutger. It's so boring. It's like an hour of just concentration camp. Like we're here and it sucks. Then Rutger Hauer comes in like an hour into the movie and he's like, we should all leave. And then they're all like, yeah, okay, let's go with Rutger Hauer. And then Rutger Hauer takes them out. And it's just like this Aryan guy saves all these Jews.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is like a family
They didn't
film.
think to leave until Rutger Hauer came.
Yeah.
Well,
suggested
Rutger
it.
Hauer's pretty imposing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go along with it if he was like, hey, let's go play mini golf
Yeah.
right now. I'd be
With
like, well, it's the
Rutger
middle of
Hauer?
the workday, Rutger Hauer, but yeah.
Was Rutger Hauer in Phantasm?
I don't know. I haven't seen Phantasm. Don Coscarelli?
No. Oh, yeah, it is Don Coscarelli, I think.
Do you guys want to talk about a movie from like this century or?
Sure, let's
Maybe
talk
something.
about the Transformers Age of Destruction or whatever the fuck
Age
it's
of
called.
Extinction?
Yeah,
I
Age of
thought
Ultron.
that they could have extincted a lot better in this one than they did in the last one.
I just felt like when Iron Man got in the Hulkbuster outfit in that movie, it was a real thrilling scene.
I thought that when Michelangelo tossed Leonardo up against Shredder's back and he got stabbed, I thought that was a real sad
You know,
scene.
I've
I
been
just found
listening-
myself wishing there was more April O'Neil in it.
In the Teenage Mutant Ninja
No,
Turtles?
in Transformers.
Are you
Yeah,
talking about the
Transformers.
porn star April O'Neil, or are you talking about the character?
Well, geez, either.
I have a friend who I've done podcasts with who her name is Megan Salinas, and there's a porn star named Megan Salinas. So she gets accidentally tagged in a bunch of like porn dudes comments, like talking about Megan Salinas, and then the porn Megan Salinas gets cross tagged in all of her stuff.
How cool is that?
To have the same name as a porn star?
Is that a rhetorical question?
No.
I'm surprised Sam Basher isn't one.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think with his spelling though.
Yeah.
No, not
Yeah.
with my spelling, so I'm lucky.
Yeah.
So I get my own Twitter handle.
Maybe it'd be more like Ham Basher.
There you go.
My
Yeah.
Sam Basher porn name would have a Y in it
Yeah.
between the S and the R and the H.
Sam Bashers.
Sam Basher.
There you go.
Hey, I've been obsessed with a podcast recently that I want to talk to you guys about and gush about a bit.
Which one?
It's called How Did This Get Made?
Oh, you only just
Just
it's one of the
started
best
listening.
shows. It's one of the best
I
shows.
Love it.
What's
I
it-
love Paul
hosts it?
Scheer.
Oh.
Paul
It's
Scheer,
Paul
June
Scheer.
Diane Raphael, Jason Mantzoukas, and special guests.
Love them. Love all three of them.
Yeah.
June Diane is a treat. She's a real angel sweetheart, and she's hilarious. And I was listening to, so the one that I first listened to was The Island of Dr. Moreau.
It's a good
So basically,
episode.
this podcast is about how the fuck did this movie get made? They
That's
talk
cool.
about bad movies, and they talk about why they're bad, and it's really fucking funny. And there's one about Island of Dr. Moreau that I really enjoyed. And I just listened to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret
with
of the Ooze.
with Adam Pally. Yeah.
Yes, and it was unbelievable. It was really funny.
How come?
Because they just like dissect the movie in such a way that's like unprecedented. It's really
Yeah.
funny
There
stuff.
are quite a few movies where you look at them and you just can't believe that they exist. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Third
when you try to
Teenage Mutant Ninja
reconstruct
Turtles?
the conversation that had to happen when they like actually pitched the movie,
Yeah.
it's almost impossible.
Well, I just watched Rhinestone, which is a movie that they did on How Did This Get Made, and it is a movie musical romp with Sylvester Stallone and Dolly Parton, where Dolly Parton is a country singer who works at the biggest country bar in New York.
Hold on, you lost me.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton is a country singer in a movie.
I know,
No.
crazy.
I'm out. Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah. She is 40% breast, and then the rest of it is like normal human.
Yeah.
And she's working at this country bar, and she's trying to get out of her contract to this sleazy guy, and they make some kind of weird bet where it's like, okay, if I can take the next person that I meet and turn him into a country singer that survives this like really bad crowd, then you let me out of my contract. But if I lose, then I have to sleep with you. But it's never completely established like that. It's just out of nowhere. She like almost loses, and he's like, "Well, time for you to fuck me." And it's like, "What? What? It makes no sense." And Sylvester Stallone sings a song called "Drinkenstein" in it, and it's amazing.
Drinkenstein.
so
Yeah,
that's
he
got to
sing?
be on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, he sings. He sings through the whole movie, and he turned down Beverly Hills Cop to do that.
Man, he can sing, he
Jesus.
can box. He's
well,
a, you know,
Frank
he's in an
Stallone
adult
is a
film.
singer
Yeah.
as well.
That's how he got the name,
Staying
the Italian
Alive,
Stallion.
which they also did on that podcast. And that movie is a sequel to Saturday Night Fever, written and directed by Sylvester Stallone, music by Frank Stallone, where John Travolta, Tony Manero, takes over Broadway. He's like trying to become a backup dancer on a
Oh
Broadway
my
show
God.
called Devil's Alley. It's
Wow.
an amazing movie.
This
That's also on
podcast
Netflix.
also talked about the very often swept under the rug Robin Williams classic Toys.
I haven't listened to the
Wait,
Toys episode.
that I've heard of that. What is that movie?
That's the one with LL Cool J
Yeah,
in it, right?
it's LL Cool J, Robin Williams, Joan Cusack, Michael
great cast.
Gambon.
It's kind of like the poor man's Willy Wonka a little bit.
No, it's like an on drugs, a more on drugs Willy Wonka.
No, it's like Willy Wonka meets War Games.
What is
Although
it?
the movie is batshit fucking insane.
Yeah, can you explain it?
Yeah, it's like, okay, so Robin Williams and Joan Cusack are the son and daughter of a famous toy maker who runs a toy factory called Zevo Toys, and they make like all the world's best toys. And it's about this kind of whimsical family that just enjoys running their toy factory and how fun it is. And Ron Williams is just this man boy who's just like innocent and gets into all sorts of fun adventures. But suddenly the main guy dies. Zevo dies. And so Zevo's brother, who is Michael Gambon, is a military man who is British
For no reason.
for no reason. And it's his brother. And his son is LL Cool J, who
no
is
reason.
black. And
Is he also British?
no.
No.
And they take over the toy company and turn it into like a war toy company. And they try to sucker children into playing video games and piloting drones. And these the idea for drones probably came from this movie because it was the first time they ever kind of talked about remote controlled like robot.
Yeah, that's actually pretty ahead of its time.
It was super ahead of its time.
I remember LL Cool J always being in camo, and they'd be sitting on the couch, and then he would just come out of the couch.
Yeah, like he'd be wearing like all red to be against this wall, and then he would like move away, and you'd be like,
weird,
whoa,
weird
it's a
movie.
fucked up movie.
Wait, okay,
I
what's
think
the
that's
movie?
on Netflix too
Wait,
right now.
what's the movie with the toy soldiers that come to
Small
life?
Soldiers.
That's Small
Soldiers.
Soldiers.
That's different.
That's
Okay.
Joe Dante.
Okay, that's a movie
Sadly.
that toys and Small Soldiers are two movies that I definitely confused a lot when it came on HBO when I was a kid.
I was desperate to see Small Soldiers when it came out, and I was at. God damn it! I was at sleepaway camp when it came out, and
God
they took
damn
the
it.
they took
Take a
the
drink,
older
kids.
kids. They took the take a drink.
God,
They took-
everything that happened in your life happened at sleepaway camp.
Not everything, just a lot of formative experiences. But like they split it. It was like everyone 12 and up got to go see Small Soldiers,
Right.
and everyone younger than 12, I was 11, went to the same movie theater 3 hours later, and we watched The Aristocats.
Gross.
Off of a VHS.
I mean, it's great.
Wait,
but
at a movie theater?
Yeah, they
Why?
like rented the movie theater and they just showed us the Aristocats because it was like one of those like it's a movie theater that only had one movie. It was a small town.
and so they only had the
No, they only
Aristocats?
had Small Soldiers. So instead of showing another showing of Small Soldiers because they felt it wasn't appropriate for younger kids.
Was it like PG-13?
Yeah, it was PG-13. They decided to instead rent out the theater for 2 hours when they could have shown Small Soldiers and instead show the Aristocats,
When I went to
which I
summer
guess was
camp,
the only
we like rode
video
horses
they
and shot guns and stuff. I don't
had.
know.
You shot guns?
Yeah, 22 caliber rifles.
Oh, wait, at 11?
Yes.
We did not get guns. There was like archery, but never guns.
Oh, we did archery
But there were
too.
gluten-free muffins.
There were not. There was like there was.
Why would you go to
burnt-ass
summer
bacon.
camp to get put on a bus and like taken to
It
a
was
movie
lazy
theater?
day, Jeremy. Lazy day was once a
Lazy
week,
day at
where you'd
sleepaway
go on a
camp.
trip. You'd go
Lazy
on a
day
little
for
trip.
me is every day.
Oh,
I love lazy day.
I miss lazy days. I don't have them anymore.
Lazy days.
Yeah.
The Small Soldiers movie is a real piece of trash.
Hey, I haven't rewatched it since I was a kid, so I have a perfect memory of
It's not
it.
great.
Wait, don't you turn a dryer for clothes into a microchip factory to turn Barbie dolls alive?
What?
I believe that's true.
Tommy Lee Jones is in it. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
I know Joe Dante directed it, and it made me really sad because I love Joe Dante.
That's
and it was
Gremlins,
bad.
man,
Yeah.
right?
Do you remember the movie We're Back? Dinosaur.
Yeah,
it's a Dinosaur's
Don
Tales.
Bluth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
movie.
think
I don't remember that.
It was a movie, it was like 93, 94, and it got pulled from movie theaters after 1 week.
Why?
Because parents complained that it was too scary and violent for children.
I didn't know that.
Because like it starts out and they're like these friendly, happy dinosaurs. Or no, they're normal dinosaurs, then they get sucked up into a
Oh, and they become
spaceship.
cartoony.
And they become like friendly.
Yeah.
And then they come back down to Earth and they get put in a circus and then somehow they get deprogrammed and they become like real
Wait,
dinosaurs
is this a
again.
cartoon or
This
is
is
this
a
like a
cartoon.
live?
This is a
Okay.
cartoon.
It's like Don Bluth or something.
Something. And the scene where they become real dinosaurs again is like real scary because they like turn on the people. And it's like all these happy dinosaurs that we've come to love are not happy anymore. So parents complained. They pulled it after 1 week.
There was this stop motion animated Mark Twain movie that came out when I was a
What?
kid, when I was like like in the 80s.
I do not remember.
And
that.
it's like it was banned, or at least like some scenes were cut from it because it was so fucking frightening. Yeah, it's like Mark.
Mark
A Mark
Twain?
Twain
What's
one?
frightening about Mark
It's
Twain?
like Mark Twain in like a hot air balloon with like some kids, and they go to different dimensions. Like they go into like different dimensions.
So it's basically Rick and Morty.
At one point, they go into like this weird like hellscape dimension, and there's like this creepy talking face.
It
That's
sounds like Time Bandits or something.
it is
Yeah.
kind of like Time Bandits.
I
but
thought
it's
all of those
stop
movies
motion.
were really strange when I was a kid.
Yeah, Time Bandits is fucked up.
Well, that's like it's like every movie that that was come up with while everyone in Hollywood was on cocaine
They're
in
all
the
on
80s.
coke, yeah.
And they were still coming out well into like the early 90s. Like a lot of people don't realize the worst 80s movies came out between 1990 and 1993.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie where Whoopi Goldberg teams up with a dinosaur? And
Yeah.
It's a buddy
Oh,
cop
yeah.
movie?
Theodore Rex. Yeah,
Why do
there's
you know the name off the
because
top of your head?
I used to go to a video store as a child in a grocery store.
Isn't there one with a Bobcat Goldthwait who's friends with a horse? It's called
Yeah,
Hot to Trot.
Yeah.
What?
Danny
They're
Elfman
awful.
did the score for that.
Wow.
Have you
Yeah.
heard of the
There's
movie?
Shakes the Clown, the Citizen
Yeah,
Kane
Shakes
of
the Clown.
Alcoholic Clown movie.
That's another
What?
Bobcat
Robin
Goldthwait
Williams
movie.
is in that too.
Yeah.
What Shakes the Clown?
A perverted clown.
He
movie.
directed that movie though, right? Bobcat.
Bobcat. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
What movie were
There
you?
was a movie where it's Paul Walker, and I'm blanking on the actress's name. She was in Starship Troopers. Main actress
Denise Richards.
There you go. She's in it.
What,
She dates
Wild
Paul Walker.
Things?
No, dates Paul Walker.
Poison
Paul Walker
Ivy?
dies, and they put his brain into a giant animatronic dinosaur, and she
What?
dates the
What
dinosaur.
Fuck.
You know,
I think you just imagined
no,
that.
I
I never
didn't.
heard
I
of
saw
that.
a trailer for it, and I saw there's a foreign version of the trailer I watched that's way more violent because Paul Walker goes around and kills people.
Wait, what? What?
We
How long
have
ago
to
was
see
this?
that.
Yeah,
It's
wait.
Are you
in the
looking that
80s.
up?
I'm pulling.
Go ahead.
I'm pulling it up because
It's
we
one
need
of
at least
Paul
the
Walker's
title.
rest in peace
Do you
earliest
guys
movies.
remember Wild Things and how much of a stroke fest that movie
That was a
I'm-
one-way ticket to Boner City
It
Town
was
for
super
sure.
one-way ticket to
Definitely. When I
discovering
was-
your body.
How old was I doing Wild Things?
Oh, you
Nick?
must have been 9. I don't know how the fuck old you were.
What year was that?
19. No, maybe it's like 1997.
I feel like it was-
Oh, there we go. Okay,
Was
I
it? Because
thought
it
was-
feels like early 2000s.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
I'm
So
wrong.
I am alive during this part. I was
Yeah.
making sure.
Actually,
Nev Campbell, right?
Tammy
Like she was.
and the
Yeah,
T-Rex.
Tammy
Tammy and the T-Rex. Tammy and the T-Rex.
1994.
1994. Wait, same year Jurassic Park came
We
out?
gotta
No,
put
that
that
was
on the
93.
watch
93,
list.
yeah.
Basically everything before Jurassic Park came out in the 90s is still an 80s movie.
Oh
and then
my
Jurassic
God.
Park changed it.
We'll look up Tammy and the
what
T-Rex
year did
later.
Wild Things come out, you think?
96?
Jeremy?
I feel like it's 2000.
Sam, what year do you think it came out?
I don't fucking 91.
It came out in 1998.
Wow. Yeah, it was like
Is that long
that
ago?
and it was like right when DVDs came out, it was like 3 or 4 movies that I'm like, I know I can't buy this because I can't defend it in
Let
any
me
way
try to
other
guess
than
them.
I'm totally going to masturbate to it.
Wild Things,
Yep.
Showgirls,
Yep.
Yeah.
Striptease,
Yeah, with Demi Moore.
Yep.
which is a hot tamale movie, and then maybe Boogie Nights?
Not Boogie Nights.
Well, Boogie Nights was a real film.
Yeah,
Like,
but
Yeah, that
Boogie
was like
Nights
a real
also
movie.
was stroke material because Elizabeth Berkley,
No, not Elizabeth Berkley. Heather Graham
Heather
and Julianne
Graham,
Moore.
that's it.
Yeah.
Heather Graham, right?
Yeah. No, Barb Wire
Oh, Barbed Wire, yeah.
would be the other one.
Yeah.
there's no way you could defend having that on DVD
No.
if a friend came over
Yeah,
and
you
saw
can't.
it. Especially
Hey
a
man,
date.
I like the gun in Barbed Wire.
The action scenes are like really well directed.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Have you guys seen Steel with
No.
Shaq?
Wait.
That's a great movie.
No,
yeah.
is it?
No.
Is it a great?
N-
Is it
no,
a great
Is it
movie?
as good
Oh,
as
God,
Shazam?
no.
Shazam is great.
Okay,
Shazam.
I will argue it's both a better and worse movie than Shazam because it is more interesting and worse in better ways.
Isn't
'Cause
Steel
it's not
a
kid's
DC movie that
Yeah,
they just
he-
completely
no,
changed?
He plays
Yeah.
John Henry Irons. He plays the role of Steel from DC Comics, and he rides around on a steel cycle, and he's got the big hammer, and it's absurd.
I love Shazam.
I wish they would have made a Shaq Fu movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, they made a
that
game,
was a
though.
game. Well, then
Yeah.
and then he came out with like a sequel, or he kickstarted a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also
I was sitting on a script for it when I was at Machinima, and we were trying to get him on board with it for
Really?
quite some time.
Oh, for
my
a trailer, a fake trailer.
Yeah, I was working on some pretty weird stuff before I came over here.
What's like your biggest like you wish that you could have made it and it just never happened? Like, do you
Oh.
have like one of those?
I do actually. In fact, we were half done with it. We had recorded the VO with
Mm-hmm.
like Danny Trejo and a couple other people.
Whoa.
Ooh.
And I was trying to get also like Vin Diesel, and he had agreed to do it, and we never got around to it. And Christopher Mintz-Plasse, and the three of them were going to be the Battletoads.
Oh my
And
god!
it was going to be an animated like fake movie trailer. We're going to put it out on April Fool's Day, and we had all the models for the Battletoads and
What
everything.
happened?
It just, there was a lot of like rights changeovers,
Because it was Rareware, then it was Nintendo.
Microsoft bought it.
Right.
And it just became really complicated.
well, why
know?
don't you Audie Shankar that shit and just do it? Like,
I mean, now I would do it, but I couldn't do it at Machinima. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
So what you're
revive that
saying is
shit.
we can do it here.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But who
Yeah,
cares
I
about
don't know. It's like
Battletoads
it
anymore?
was
Like
it was
I
very
do.
Wild West, very very Wild West in the beginning, and so we did lots of crazy stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
it became like more and more difficult to do it. And
Yeah.
That
I'd
would've
be
been cool.
surprised. I'd be curious to see how a Battletoads fake trailer would do right now.
Real bad.
I
Yeah.
think no
Would it?
parents would share it on Facebook, right?
It would have been funnier like when it was trendy to like call places and be like, do you have Battletoads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was working in reality TV, I tried to buy the rights to the Oregon Trail as a TV series because I had this big idea and I never was able to track it down. I had this big idea of doing it like a cross-country road trip with families, and you take all the technology away from the kids and put them in a horse and buggy, and they'd have to actually travel the real Oregon Trail, like on the sides of highways.
Like kids,
and stuff.
though.
Yeah, kids and their parents. It would be families,
Yeah.
so that the kids
It'd be
would start
funny if
driving
it was
the parents.
So you're
the
talking about a
kids.
reality show.
Yeah, reality show.
Like if they took asshole teens from like My Sweet 16 or whatever and put them in a fucking buggy.
Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be great.
You know?
I'd
That'd be
watch
fun.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one was ever on board.
Aw.
Too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Too bad Dick Clark died because I think he'd love it.
You know what I always wanted to do actually also is Saints Row
Saints Row as
As
a
a reality?
as a series.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Saints Row is like, have you guys played it?
It's
Yeah.
the craziest,
I know
most
of
fun
it.
It's
It's
game.
just balls out, right? It's just very
Batshit.
violent.
It's
Yeah.
so batshit. It's like GTA. Like GTA is funny.
Yeah.
But like it's also become very serious and kind of up its own butt a little bit.
Right.
Saints Row is just like
You can be a giant fat silver zombie woman who's hitting people with a dildo bat.
I played it as President She-Hulk. And the cutscenes were hilarious as a result of it.
I mean, you kind of had to use the dildo in that game. It was just more fun.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, kids.
You put a dildo as a weapon in a game, we're gonna use it.
We're gonna use it.
Definitely gonna use that.
I want to see Zelda as a series someday.
I disagree.
I want to see it.
Like
It's
that
like-
Netflix rumor that came out, like
Yeah.
a Game of Thrones Zelda.
When I was
live
a
action?
kid, I liked the cartoon. I
It's
thought it
real
was-
bad.
Well,
though.
excuse me.
Yeah, it doesn't
princess.
hold up.
No.
I tried making Lauren watch the Mario Brothers Super Show.
Oh hell yeah!
Holy
I
shit.
watched that when
So,
I was
okay.
12.
I
The,
watched
the
the
live
crap
action
out
parts
of
are
it,
so
yeah.
fucking weird, man.
Okay, so before you could call up anything on the internet,
They're in Brooklyn, right? They're in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
and you'd be able to find it like that. I swore to friends that there was a Koopa show, King Koopa show, where it was a guy in a Koopa outfit, and he was like, "Hey, welcome to the Koopa show." And he was,
No. You know what it is? It's an ice capade, and it's the guy who plays Mr. Belvedere in that old TV show
What?
is King Koopa, and he's riding around in like his like Koopa chariot or whatever, and it's a fucking ice capade.
Well, I've seen that too, but then I found out that the Koopa show was real.
no.
Yes,
What is on TV?
on TV.
It
Look
wasn't
it up.
just like a segment
No,
on Captain
look
N or
it up.
something.
It was a
Steve
whole show,
tripping.
and they would give away like, strangely, they would give away like Sega Game Gears and Lynx and stuff like Atari Lynx and stuff like that.
Lynx?
Yeah, remember the Lynx? Lynx.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Atari Lynx.
Those are
yeah.
real
Type
piece of
in the
shit.
King.
Koopa Scoopa Koopa.
Type in King Koopa.
What was the show? What
It
The
was
happened
Bowser
on it?
Koopa show, Bowser's TV show on Austin Channel.
I don't think that's it.
I don't know. Oh, this is probably just some kid who made a thing.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, no, that's not.
No, that's not
a
something
kid.
we
I'm
wanna
telling
watch.
you, it's real. It's got a guy in a shitty ass King Koopa outfit.
I don't know, dude. It's not coming up here.
I'm gonna find
And
it.
it's live action?
It's a
Yes.
live
Who
action.
plays Koopa?
I don't know,
Mr.
but
Belvedere.
but I remember Captain Lou Albano was Koopa in the, or was Mario
It was
in the Mario
Mario.
Super Show.
Who was
Do you
Luigi? That was
remember-
someone else too.
So,
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. It was someone
I
else.
remember
though.
they did that song.
Yeah,
They had like a dance. It was
but-
like the Humpty Hump.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. Take one step.
Yeah,
and
do the
then
Mario.
again. So okay. There was an episode of the Mario Brothers Super Show where Ernie Hudson, as a Ghostbuster, came to
Shut
visit
up.
the Super
Cool.
Mario Brothers. Yeah.
They did have guests in every episode.
Hang on.
They had Ernie Hudson, though, on the Super Mario Brothers show.
Yeah.
They sure did.
That's cool.
As
Everybody's
Or as,
fourth favorite
I'm
Ghostbuster.
hooked on the brothers.
the brothers. The brothers.
Hooked on the brothers.
King Koopa. It was like called the Koopa Hour or something.
They
There it
gave
is.
him a whole
King
hour?
Koopa. King Koopa's Cool Cartoons. King Koopa's Cool Cartoon Show. Look at this terrifying.
Where
I
all
want
of the
Look at this terrifying.
I would watch that.
Oh my god. It's like Allegra's
Ew.
window by way of Slimer.
I'm telling you, I saw this shit. Look at this. And it was like, look, he was like, I fucking hate the Mario Brothers.
Why do you not want to see a Legend of Zelda series?
I don't want to see
specifically?
a Legend of a Zelda series because they haven't had Link talk for so long, and
Right.
you
He
need
He could be
Link-
mute.
You would need Link to talk.
No, you don't need it.
Unless
Make it
you
super
go
atmospheric
unless
anime
you go
style.
super like Samurai Jack
Yeah.
style.
Oh.
Unless you
Samurai
do
Jack
something
never
like
talked.
that, because once you hear Link talk, like it's I know that the like cartoon in the 90s was super lame and whatever, and that's why he sounded lame, but like no one will be happy with the voice. No matter what you do, I feel like no one would be happy with
That's
the
what I'm
voice.
saying. Don't do the voice.
Yeah, if you disagree with me, put it in
Yeah,
the
it doesn't
comments.
even have to be about him.
No.
like it can be about all.
If
of
it's
the
just a
other
Hyrule
characters
show, like
in
if
the
it's like,
But you can't
just,
do a Link show without.
Oh wow, it's from Jim Henson.
Oh shit! Hold on. No. That was just the end.
Oh, that's
of
the
a
end of
Muppet.
Muppet Babies.
The end of Muppet.
I would love to see like a Hyrule
Here's just a
show.
clip. Here it
That would
is.
be cool.
Oh god.
I did produce a Majora's Mask short
I saw that short.
once, and I think that turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really hardly any dialogue in it at all.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
See, look, you just gave away a Power Glove.
Man, he's awfully generous for like
Yeah.
an evil king.
He's like Captain Kangaroo or something.
And also,
Yeah.
that thing popping out of there is Mouser, apparently.
What is
Oh.
Mouser?
oh yeah, from the second game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like
a mini boss.
he was like a pyromaniac or something, right?
Yeah,
Didn't
he
he have
threw
like
dynamite.
bombs?
Didn't he
wore
wear like
bombs.
sunglasses?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
but
sunglasses.
indoors because he
It's
was so cool.
No,
He's
he was
that cool.
blind.
That's why he always missed.
I think Larry David said on Curb Your Enthusiasm, the only people that wear sunglasses indoors are blind people and assholes.
It's not wrong.
it's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. How many people wearing sunglasses inside did you see at VidCon?
So many.
A lot.
At VidCon?
At Comic-Con.
Was
at
it
all
really
the
at
cons.
VidCon? I saw so many people on those like fucking scooters.
The mega boards?
They're
Yeah.
everywhere, guys.
Holy
everywhere.
There's
I
a,
see him at the airport.
There's a thing at the mall.
Oh, didn't
one
you
of
guys
those
see somebody
kiosks.
eat shit at the airport?
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
it was
We
Oh,
saw
so
someone
funny.
I
fall
just
real
missed
hard.
it.
Was
Yeah.
this on your Fantastic Fest trip?
Yes,
Yes.
just as we were leaving.
And then how long did he spend trying to get back up on it?
A good
So much
amount of time.
so much time.
No, one dude to get onto the plane, the line to give the stewardess your ticket and
Oh,
to get onto the
God.
plane, he was standing on it and just on his phone and like he had all of his shit. He has Beats and he had his giant iPhone and he was on his mega board and it was
Waiting in the line.
aggravating.
Yeah, and then like he got up to the ticket guy and he like gave the guy his ticket and he's like, "Sir, you can't go in the ramp with that thing. You gotta turn it off and put it just like just put it away, man."
I wanted it
for
to
5
turn
seconds.
on.
Can you get
Yeah.
off that?
And he's like,
goddamn
no,
phone?"
this is a lifestyle, okay? This is
Yeah.
who I am now.
I wanted it to turn on because he put it in the overhead bin. I wanted it to turn on in the middle of the flight and just start like moving around inside and like everyone
Look,
freak out.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit fun to
It-
ride on those things.
Yeah,
Kids,
you've
it's a
been
little fun.
I've been
entranced
trying
by it today.
I've been trying to ride it because I see how easy it is. Even William Haynes can ride on it.
Yeah, it's like it
And he can
started
barely
with,
walk like a normal person.
It started with
Exactly.
Suptic, and then
Suptic
Darren
brought it
started
in.
riding
Dude,
it.
I saw Septic ride. You were there.
Yeah, this was the most amazing
He
thing
was
I'd ever
holding
seen.
like a fucking table.
Yeah.
And he, while on that thing, and he went through a doorway while holding this table that
Yeah,
was all weirdly
he like
shaped.
transported a desk across the entire office through multiple doorways.
Why?
Like holding it like this long table, like protruding out from him, like
'Cause he was just
4
moving
feet.
it.
He was just moving.
So
it.
it made it's a practical way to move things.
Totally, but it was so impressive because
Darren jumped on his back
yeah.
the other day.
He's
and
become
nobody died.
He's more adept now at that thing than he is at walking.
or pretty much
That's
anything.
what's going to happen
Yeah.
in the future.
Almost-
Kids are
he's
going to
almost
be
as good as
way
he is in
really
Minecraft.
good.
If
on
only
those
he was on a
things.
mega boarding channel instead of gaming channel,
You know
he would
what's-
be very, very impressed.
Here's what's going to happen. Kids are going to all get their damn dirty hands on those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to
All
have
right, old man Steve.
they're going to get
Continue.
atrophied knees.
Yep.
Because they're not going to move their knees like a normal human anymore.
I'm sure people said that about like roller skates in the 70s and then
cell phones.
Yeah, but roller
and
skates
then
are fun.
skateboards
Ro-
and then fruit boots.
Yeah, but roller skates don't like roller skates require work.
They said that
Yeah.
about books, radio,
And so do
TV.
bikes. Bikes require work. You're pedaling. People don't want to do that all day.
That's fair.
Skateboards require work. You're moving your damn foot. If you're active, if you don't like being active in any way, this is the thing for you.
It's the first real step towards the floaty chairs from Wall-E.
yes.
I would say.
Yeah, I agree. Because
Yeah.
people are using them in the mall. Like if you were using, okay, so in the airport, maybe it's okay because you're trying to get to that gate quick. Maybe your flight's about to take off.
And it's like the airport sucks. You're frustrated.
Yeah,
you don't wanna have
whatever.
to
And
find
everyone
shit.
always wants those like moving walkways. This is
yes,
your personal
yes.
walkway.
But why at the mall? What are you doing at the mall that you need
the
that
same thing
for?
you'd be doing with Heelys.
Yeah.
Just having a good time.
No, at VidCon, there was a guy who was on the elevator with us, and we were going up, and I was like, he was on his phone. I'm like, hey, how do you like that thing? And he was like, And then he got out of the elevator and he was going exactly where we were going. He zooms past us and then he zooms past wherever he was going. He realizes he's going the wrong way and he goes like an 8-point turn. Comes back around, nearly knocks over these two girls, still on his phone, knocks on his friend's door. The friend opens the door and is like, huh? And he just zooms in past the friend. And it's just like...
That aggravated me. That story made me angry.
It just, like...
It makes you important. It makes you more important than anyone else.
It's like with any technology.
That's
it's whether
me
you
being
use it for good or use it for evil. You know what I mean?
I
didn't see even one of those in Austin.
You're right.
Not one.
That's because it's not weird, and you got to keep Austin weird. No one's gonna be weird once they're on those.
It's weird.
It's a little weird.
But it's like LA weird.
Right.
There's just something aggravating about it.
Yeah.
I want
Something
to play
slightly
around with it.
aggravating
I want
about
to play around with it. And I'm
Yeah.
going to wait for those videos to come out of people doing tricks on them. I want to see someone do a loop-de-loop in it. You know when the guy, the parkour dude, figured out how to run around in a
Yes.
loop-de-loop?
But that's impossible.
They
You
don't
can't
go
go
fast
fast
enough.
enough.
That's what people said about people couldn't run fast enough to do a loop-de-loop. A guy did it. What are you going to say about it now?
Is that what it's going to take to get you on board with this?
Speaking of at VidCon with those damn things, I was walking in the area where they keep all the YouTubers, like the floor where all the YouTubers are staying.
Right.
And
That's where I was, yeah.
And someone like was in their room or going into their room or their door was open or something, and inside I could see 3 Segways. And
Segways?
Yes, and 3 of those damn wheel things just like scattered all over this place. And it's like no room to walk around in there because they're full-size Segways.
That's
you know,
insane.
The
In
ones,
the rooms?
Yes, in their rooms. The giant fucking wheels and the handles like in there.
I didn't see any of those.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you didn't see those?
No.
Oh man. Yeah, because apparently they don't let you wheel around on the wheel ones inside certain hotels, but Segways are okay. So like if
That
you're
seems more
So they probably
annoying.
brought
Yeah.
one of each.
right,
Just
just in
in
case
case.
you
Yeah.
can't be bothered to get on your goddamn feet in this
Or
fucking
because they were
hotel room
selling
lobby.
those mega boards at VidCon, they probably came with the Segways and like, great, we're set. And then saw a mega board and were just like, fucking, I'm obsolete now. This is bullshit.
Yeah, because now you look even worse on a Segway.
The dude from 5 years ago just saved up enough for a Segway.
buy a Segway.
Now
Yeah.
the
Do you remember
Megaboards
that
come
South
out.
Park episode when Segways first came out with the It? It's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe that show is still on and still great.
Have they
Like,
done a mega board?
Not
I'm
yet.
sure they're
do.
going to.
They've got to do a follow up. It might not be a
got to
big
do it.
enough thing yet. It might not be big enough.
I
like,
bet.
is
I
it
feel like
nationwide?
they-
I mean, but
yet?
Everywhere now.
they like that's in LA though, so I,
I
feel
mean,
like
Wiz
and it
Khalifa
is like
was in the news about it, so...
yeah.
I don't know. Well, like when the Segway came out, there was like all this hubbub. Like we're gonna have to, like redesign cities because this is gonna revolutionize modern travel. Everyone's gonna have one of these, and it just never caught on. Do you think that this is really gonna catch on, or is it just still a fad?
It'll
Well,
catch
apparently
on.
there's gonna be a problem with like copyright soon because the guy that like owns the rights to those boards, like apparently his stuff is just being reproduced by all these third
Oh,
party
I'm sure, but there's
companies.
no way they're going to be able to stop that.
Well, apparently they're gonna try. There's gonna be like this big massive thing where they want to be like one of only 3 places that will ever sell you these things.
That's not gonna stop it though. Like I was reading an article the other day where Logan Paul, this Vine star, he let a a journalist follow him around while he's like trying to become like a Hollywood star and whatever. And she's like, yeah. So I walk into his apartment and he's like riding around on some kind of like hoverboard thing, and then the door flies open and like 4 other dudes who look identical and are dressed the same also come in like 1, 2, 3, 4 on these little boards, right? And they all live on Hollywood and Vine. I shit you not. All the Vine stars. They live on
Really?
Hollywood and Vine for real.
Oh.
Yeah, and in
you
like
go,
a
kids.
luxury apartment, and they're all rolling around on this thing, and they're all in each other's videos.
Well, I'm trying
so-
to move to YouTube Lane soon, but I don't know.
But that's what
Like, you
everyone's
joke about
watching.
it, but it's
the best advertisement
Yeah.
possible. They're always on these things, and these are the guys that are getting like hundreds of millions of loops.
Yeah, no, I heard that the original people that got them were given them by the company to try to popularize them before they started selling them.
Smart.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys know there's off-roading Segways?
No.
There are off-roading Segways. I went up to Big Bear to do some just kind of sightsee or whatever, and they have off-roading Segway tours.
Did you do one?
No, but the tires are like a good couple inches like thick,
Yeah.
and you hop on, and there's like a lot of like protection you put on, but then you just
See,
go off
that
into the
sounds
forest.
awesome. Like the idea of
Does
like doing
it?
like a dirt bike track on a Segway to
Yeah,
me
but don't
is
you wish
fun.
that it was a little more active, like rollerblades that are for like outdoor use or something?
Yeah, like that. You can't like
What, like mountain boarding or something
Well,
like
I
that?
do
I
like
don't
the
know.
idea of being on like
Soundboarding's cool.
an automated system to check out like animals and the beautiful scenery or something. That sounds
Like
kind of
the
fun.
little spheres in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Where's that? I
Yeah.
would get on board with that shit for sure.
Yeah.
You'd take that in the mall or in
Yeah.
the airport.
all of the beautiful scenery of outside without any of the uncomfortable weather.
Yeah.
It's your
Yeah.
Yeah, it
personal
could
air
rain on
conditioner
you.
Yeah.
and chair.
Jimmy
and-
Fallon talked to you on that little screen and made jokes.
That thing's
Yeah.
next. We're gonna see some YouTuber in that thing at the next VidCon.
in his apartment.
Yeah.
in like a little bubble boy little thing.
Yes.
For just 1 second, I just want to say, if you enjoy this show, if you listen to it, if you like it, go to iTunes, rate and review the show. It's that easy. You just go to iTunes, rate and review the show. It's quick, it's simple, doesn't cost you a dime, and it really helps everyone here out, and it keeps the show going.
That's right. I know what you're thinking there, listening to this with your dang headset on, or you're driving in your car on the freeway or whatever. I know what you're thinking. You're like, I'm not gonna do that. But guess what? If you do it when you get home, or if you're the passenger in this dang vehicle, you're driving like a maniac in. Well, you just go to that damn iTunes site and write a dang review. It should be real easy and quick.
Some good hype.
I love your advertisements.
Thank you. I should have been in advertising.
Do one for Cheez-Its. You got one for Cheez-Its?
Oh man, you ever looking in a cupboard and you're like, man, I wish there was Cheez-Its in here. Well, guess what? You can go to the store real quick and get those damn box of Cheez-Its, and then when you open it up, there's all the Cheez-Its that go in a box in there.
No, I want this to be a commercial, like a real on TV commercial, and somebody's acting it out, like listening to you as you do it.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We should do
We
that.
on
should, yeah.
down to
Let's
the
do
store.
a series here. Wait, can you do a commercial for blood pressure medication?
Yeah. Ah, dang it. It happens every day. You wake up and your blood pressure is way low down there. Well, I'll tell you what, there's a medicine you can go get down there at the store, and it won't cost you any more than at least $10. You buy that, you put it in your body, and I'll guess what to you? There's no more blood pressure. Not even a little bit of blood pressure in your body. Not even a normal amount.
Wait, but that doesn't sound
All
what
the
I
blood
want.
pressure is what you need.
I want to get you hooked up with Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon to do one of the
Right?
episodes
Because that like
of Rick and
belongs in
Morty.
one of those
In one of
interdimensional
those-
TV things.
Yeah, that's so funny. Oh,
That's what Strensums is to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
To like have fun with stuff like that. I really want to do more with Strensums soon.
How about Strensum's brand sniffing glue?
It doesn't stick to anything, and you can't glue anything with it, but it smells good.
I think still my favorite is Strensum's bear jackets.
Bear jacket.
what is
Yeah.
a bear jacket?
They're like ill bears that they found and murdered and then
And turned into
turned it into a
jackets.
jacket. But don't worry, the bears were terminally sick.
Yeah.
So
This was not a bear killed
Yeah.
out of hand.
no. They didn't hunt the bears. These are
no.
ill bears.
They fell over and died.
yeah, and their
on
coats
own.
aren't very healthy though.
Yeah, that's what I was
For a
about to
while.
ask.
They're not attractive pelts.
No,
they
they're
are
very
missing
soft.
a lot of hair.
I also love the dog hair blanket.
Dog hair pillow.
Dog hair pillow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a dog hair pillow. It's a dog pillow for dog hair. So when your dog
Why?
So when your dog starts losing hair, you
Yeah.
can put it on the pillow.
or like when your dog's laying on the ground, you can tuck the pillow under their hair and they can rest their hair on the
it's
pillow.
a dog hair pillow.
It's a hair pillow.
Yeah.
But not their head, just the hair.
Just the hair.
I've never heard the dog's hair like on the body still. Like, I'll go pet the dog's hair, and then go, I'll go brush the dog's hair.
Look at that sweet pooch.
You're
Doesn't
right.
she have beautiful
Your
hair?
But you're right. But like when you see it on your clothes, you're not like, oh,
Oh,
dog coat. Oh, I've got dog coat on me.
My favorite is giddy up socks that I did on you said on a table
Oh,
talk,
yeah.
and I laughed so I couldn't control myself. And even watching that still makes me laugh really
It's
hard.
like socks for your
Your
horse.
yeah, which apparently are real things because we got tweets about it. There
Shut
are
up.
socks.
No way.
There are socks for your horse. Yeah.
Well, what about the Strensum's shark jacket? It is for when the shark is cold in the water. You can put this jacket on your shark, and it's real good, and it's waterproof. Now waterproof.
Now,
The previous version was not.
Yeah, the previous one
the previous
was.
version was just a leather jacket.
Yeah, it just got real soaked quick.
Just suede.
And in fact, there aren't holes for the gills of the shark,
Oh,
so
no.
they don't breathe.
Or the fins.
Or the fins.
Basically, they will drown.
Take the whole family to the beach and try to get that coat on a shark. Hours of entertainment. can even point a camera at it.
Fun for the whole family.
Fun for all of them.
Yeah.
How much more of this bullshit we have to sit here and go through?
Steve.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I like doing
You
this.
kid
It's
a
just
little.
Yeah.
No. It's all kidding. Anytime that you guys hear me complain about this job in any way, it is a complete joke.
It's a put on.
It's a total put on.
Yeah.
I love this job. I love talking about nonsense with you guys, and I love that people listen to it and get entertainment out of it. I think that's awesome.
I like how we don't even have to have a topic.
No, we sure don't.
I don't know what the hell we talked about in the first 15
Well, I wanted
minutes.
to talk about
Movies
bullshit.
that no one has
Yeah.
seen.
I definitely did.
Well,
I just
speaking of
sat
movies
here.
we've seen, I wanted to talk about Fantastic Fest, but we
Yes.
should wait when Matt's not here because I don't want to bore you
Well,
to
no,
tears.
it's okay. I want to know what was the best movie that each of you
Well,
saw
I
because I
just
want to
feel
know
like-
what to watch in the next couple of months when they come out.
I guess we should try to do this again when Mod's on, right? And we can all talk about it again or something. Or we
Well,
can get
really
Mod's-
quick, maybe. What was your
Just
favorite?
real quick highlights.
My favorite movie at Fantastic Fest is really a tie between Green Room and The Lobster.
I didn't see The Lobster.
And Green
of those are
Room
really
is the
great.
movie with Patrick Stewart as like a
Yes.
white supremacist guy.
Neo-Nazi
Yeah.
club owner.
And-
And it's
Anton
interesting too
Yelchin.
because the way that they show the bands and the music and everything is very realistic. Like if you've ever been around like punk rock bands and metal
Yeah.
bands and stuff, and occasionally you'll show up at a place and you're like, something's kind of off here. I don't
Yeah.
know. It feels really hostile. What the hell? And you realize they're fucking Nazis.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, they're terrifying Nazis. And
Yeah.
through a series of unfortunate events, the main characters play a show at this Nazi place and they get involved in a very
Sticky situation.
sticky situation.
And you
And
guys,
it goes from bad to worse to holy fuck.
Yeah, but man,
It's
It's,
in, like,
it's
from 0 to
incredibly
60.
It's almost like a siege movie. And if you guys had seen the director's previous movie, which was Blue Ruin, the overarching theme basically is an inept protagonist.
And I love that.
Like an
Blue-
underdog, yeah.
Yeah, Blue
Someone's
Ruin was about a guy
incapable.
trying to get revenge, but like it would be like a guy like one of us, and
Trying
we would
to
have
get revenge.
zero of the skills that were necessary to get revenge on somebody.
You know what it kind of
Yeah.
reminded me of? Have you seen Assault on Precinct 13?
I was
Yeah,
just thinking about that when he said a siege movie.
It's definitely in the same
It's got a, yeah.
world as
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And Patrick Stewart steals the show. And Anton Yelchin's
so
really good,
good.
but the charming nature of Patrick Stewart as a neo-Nazi, which is like so weird for
Yeah.
him to play that part, but that was my favorite
What was
part.
the other one that you said you liked?
The Lobster.
Yeah,
missed
the
that one.
lobster.
But I do want to say really quick that my heart was racing in the green room anytime Imogen Poots was on screen.
Oh,
'cause I
yeah.
think she's a cute one.
Have you
She's real
seen
cute.
Killer Joe? with
I have
her in it?
not.
That's a great movie. It's based on a play. William Friedkin, who did The Exorcist, directed it, and it's Matthew McConaughey as this like dirty cop that Emil Hirsch is like this white trailer trash guy who schemes to have his mom killed.
Yeah.
And he hires this cop to kill her. And all the cop wants in exchange is he wants to fuck his sister.
And they're all played by
Imogen
Imogen
Poots.
Poots.
That
Every
sounds
actor.
really
Every
similar to the other
actor.
movie you described. It always ends up in like the prize is getting to fuck Dolly Parton or Imogen Poots. Or
It
something.
does sound similar to that.
I watch a lot of movies with white girls as prizes.
Oh, you're a pirate. Yeah, The Lobster.
Yeah. That was
you-
a weird one.
Yeah,
It
so
was.
that-
It reminded me of like Being John Malkovich or Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and then
Yeah.
it was.
Science Asleep.
I kind of popped in during the last half hour because my movie got done early. So I
Yeah.
saw something. I didn't know what the story was.
So the guy that
Yeah.
directed Dogtooth, which is another batshit crazy movie
Yeah.
that I don't recommend unless you are into perhaps hallucinogenic films that are very strange and out there. But The Lobster is about some sort of like not specific time society where being single is completely frowned upon and in fact illegal.
And there's some kind of social contract in which you have 45 days. Is it 45 days?
It's 45
Yeah,
days.
to find a mate, or you get turned into an animal of your choosing. Which at least you get to pick the animal.
Yes. Yeah. You got to pick the animal, but it was like a mandatory visit to a hotel resort.
It's a nice hotel.
It was a nice hotel, but you're forced within those days to kind of like find someone and pair up with them and become a couple. Otherwise, you're turned into an animal.
Well,
Right.
do you then get eaten as the animal?
No, but they do discuss at one point, like, man, what kind of animal did you pick? And they're like, man, I picked an animal that's not going to get eaten right away. And by the way, all the dialogue in the movie is performed as if they were children. Like, it stars, like, what's his name?
Yeah,
Colin
it was
Farrell.
actually
Colin Farrell.
It was
Yeah.
driving Maud crazy. She's like, why can't they just talk normal?
Yeah, Maud didn't.
Yeah.
Maud had a tough time with it, but yeah, Colin Farrell, John C. Reilly, a bunch of like great British comedians, and their dialogue is
nothing
very
they
strange.
ever say or do makes any sense,
No.
which kind of adds to like why it's fun. But
Yeah.
the thing that I found most enjoyable about it was, have you guys ever seen the movie Logan's Run? Where
No, with Michael York.
in Logan's Run, the premise is when you turn 30, like a jewel lights up in your hand and you get recycled, basically.
Yeah.
And it's this futuristic society that can only support so many people. So you turn 30, you're dead, you're done, right? And there's these guys that are called the Sandman or the Sleepers or something, and they hunt you down. But one of the Sandmen turns 30 and he's like, you know what, fuck this. And so he escapes. But on the outside, there's all these people that are still living in this like post-apocalyptic society, and it's about, you know, how neither one has really got it right, another one has really got it wrong, and I feel like that was kind of the premise here.
Yeah, because
You know?
there's this kind of like balance, or this kind of like, there's the one side of the people that follow the rules and like are definitely all about like being in a couple and not being single, and then there's like this opposition that kind of like has escaped society that is a bunch of single people, but then they have their own like terrifying rules
And hang-ups.
And
Yeah.
hang-ups.
It's
So
about
it's-
how love
yeah.
is, being in love is kind of stupid and difficult.
stupid and fucked up.
but not being in love is kind of stupid
Yeah.
and difficult.
I would say
Yeah.
that both are true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of really great a lot of commentary in that movie that I found very enjoyable, and it's a very unique film.
But this
Very,
movie
very
this movie will come out into
Yeah, I heard,
into
like,
maybe
next
select
year or
theaters.
something, yeah.
Same with Green Room will come out, and I think The Witch is coming out too. And I have to
Yeah.
say, and it was really sad that you
Yeah,
didn't have a
I
chance
missed
to see
it.
it, but it was fantastic.
The Witch was great.
It was
Every
great
single
cinematography.
movie I saw was good.
Yeah, we saw.
We saw two duds.
We saw. What did we? What were the two duds for us?
The River.
The River. Oh, sorry. I saw three duds then. I saw
Oh.
Demon. Yeah, and just because Demon had a good beginning, middle, the end kind of didn't. It opened up a lot of doors for like possession and like who this ghost is, who the family is, and then the movie ended, and you're like, you had a chance to explore this really cool thing you opened up and you didn't, so I felt disappointed. We saw River, which was a
The River.
The River. Sorry,
It was a
yeah.
show on ABC with that guy that no one cares about.
Yes.
Exactly. That movie was.
It was like needlessly like disgusting in the very beginning, and then they never came back to like why it was so gross. And
We
then,
saw like a leg get amputated for
yeah, like
some
you
reason.
watch a leg get amputated like completely.
Did you know there's special scissors for that?
I did
Leg-shaped
not.
scissors.
Dude, I
did
saw
not.
this movie that was called Baskin.
Ooh, we
that
skipped
was
that.
We
like a
skipped it.
Turkish Hellraiser. Holy fuck! There's some real weird, gory stuff in that one.
How was the audience responding to that?
Well, really, it was well done. Actually, it was all in Turkish or whatever the hell that is.
It's Turkish, yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason, the characters were better defined than most of really all of the horror films that I saw that
Wow,
were in
shit.
English. Yeah,
Did
it
you
was
see
like,
Crimson Peak there or no?
It
We had
was one
seen
of the
that
secret
previously,
movies,
yeah.
but we saw it about a month ago.
dude, Dangerous Men was the secret screening. I told you
Yeah,
this.
so
I saw the
Dangerous
trailer
Men
for
is
that.
the
That looks
most
amazing.
Batshit movie. It's
Who's
been
in
lost forever. Like no one's ever been
Yeah,
able to
26
like, put
years
this
in the
together.
making.
Yeah.
This like Iranian guy or Armenian guy came to America trying to make his like cop epic.
It's on the level with like Samurai Cop, which has a sequel coming out
I
pretty
know.
soon, by the way.
My
which
friend
we should all go
shot
see.
Samurai Cop.
No
too.
way, really?
Yes, he did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He says it's the worst.
Oh, I'm sure.
Good.
It's probably I
Yeah.
don't know. I'll tell you about it.
We've
later.
really got to do a shit movie screening or
I'm
something.
in.
I'm
Yeah.
down.
Real soon.
I'm
I got
always
stream
down.
it.
It's a
Yeah.
big collection.
Maybe in a couple weeks after I
After
get used to like trying to figure out how to like not accidentally kill a baby.
And
'cause
find out
I
how
have
to
no
dab.
idea what to do with one of those.
You're not gonna be able to sleep. Son.
No.
No. You pray for a
So I'll
nice
have plenty
baby.
of time for.
Have you
for movies.
confided in Phil and been like, Phil, what do you do, man?
Oh yeah. I've talked to Phil about it quite a bit
Yeah.
because he's has some recent experience that I find helpful.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh. Anything else, guys, before we wrap up?
Don't watch The Invitation. Don't watch.
Yeah, The Invitation was the other one we didn't
Don't.
like,
It's got
yeah.
a lot of press behind it. It's a really
Okay, I got one. I got one that you should watch. It's called Too Late, and it was shot
I
all
heard
in
good
35
things.
millimeter, and there's like 5 20-minute shots.
Oh, you were telling me about
Yeah,
this.
and they're like one takes. So they like filmed it over and over and over again until they got it right. And the actors are incredible. And they do like this one shot in the beginning. The beginning you're kind of like, oh, it's a little weird. The acting's a little weird. But then they do a shot where a girl calls a guy and they fucking use a lens that's from like a Navy ship or something. And they zoom all the way across Los Angeles and you see the guy pick up the phone.
That's so cool.
How do you do that?
That's really cool.
That's insane. And then they pull all the way back and they find the actress again. I'm just like, holy shit.
They
no
must
way.
have been practicing that for like 3 straight days.
Oh,
Yeah.
they definitely did. Yeah.
Shit.
And I highly recommend Fantastic Fest for anyone who's ever wanted to go to a film festival or thought about it. It's really fun. I was surprised at how much fun. I didn't think I was not going to have fun, but I had.
I
Yeah,
can't-
I think
a shit
there
ton
are
of
age
fun.
restrictions though, right?
Yeah.
Like it's 21 only, 21 plus.
Because it's at the Draft House.
It's at the Draft House, but also I think the material that's screened there is like
Right.
pretty
Pretty R-rated.
R-rated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw a 15-minute like graphic puppet sex scene.
Yes, we did.
It sounded like when he was going down on her that he had a mouthful of bananas and he was like,
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
And
the
it's just,
movie
like,
is called
uncut.
Anomalisa, and Charlie Kaufman wrote and not directed though.
No,
the other
he
guy
didn't
directed.
direct
he co-directed it actually.
Oh. And it's animated by the folks at Starburns
Yep.
Industries who did like the
Moral
It's
Oral.
incredible
And the-
animation. Even
and
though
the
it's like
community episode of with the stop motion.
you almost forget you're looking at puppets
You
sometimes.
do. It's weird because it's not one of those movies where like there's these fantastical things
It's
happening.
not zany.
It's like
or
an
whimsical
actual
at all.
Yeah, it's like a stop motion drama set in the real world with absolute real world things happening.
And if I'm not wrong, it was kickstarted too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a short and
Yeah.
they
And
made
it stars Tom Noonan. Tom Noonan was in it also.
I also think Tom Noonan is in it.
Yeah.
Wait, so he
Tom
plays all
Noonan.
the parts?
Yes, except for except for two.
And he plays everything else.
Yeah, it's a very interesting concept. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Tom Noonan.
Tom Noonan.
Yeah, this festival though, yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
I can't wait to see your video from the debates.
Okay, guys, so if you don't know what it is, they have these things called the Fantastic Debates. They pair up 2 people, and they give them a topic, and the topic can be anything nerdy regarding film. Like, my favorite topic was, should the new Rocky movie be called Creed, or should the Creed name stay with the band Creed? And they had 2 people debate. One person took a side. They debate for a second. They're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let them fight. So they put boxing gloves on them and put a helmet on them, and they box each other, and they fight. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, this is the same place where Uwe Boll fought against the critic who hated his movies.
Yeah,
right?
nice.
No way.
Yeah.
I would have loved
I
to
saw
have seen
I saw
that.
one a couple years ago where a Mumblecore director, Joe
Swanberg,
Swanberg,
yeah.
fought this guy Devin Faraci who fucking
Oh,
hates
fucking
Mumblecore
Devin
movies.
Faraci.
Oh wow.
And he's like Mumblecore movies are dog shit, and if you make them, you're not a real filmmaker. And Joe Swanberg is like, yeah, without me, there is no you. So I'm gonna fucking kick your ass right now.
Yeah.
And
Who
he takes
won?
off his headgear and beat the living shit out of him.
yeah.
It was so brutal.
Wait,
like,
Devin
because-
Faraci beat
No,
up?
Joe
Joe
Swanberg
Swanberg
beat him
beat the
up.
fuck out of him. Like it was the most personal. Like the stuff we saw was all fun and games, but this one in particular got so deeply personal.
Did it get quiet in the audience when they
It
said
would
that?
get quiet, and then once people realized that it was just gonna keep going, everyone was like, "Oh!" It was like World Star.
Wait, so
You know
did
what I
Devin
mean?
Faraci really get his ass beat?
He got beat to hell.
Wow, holy
Yeah.
shit.
I'd
Joe
be surprised if he
Swanberg-
didn't leave in an ambulance.
Yeah, Joe Swanberg did an awesome interview on WTF with Mark Maron, and he's made like 25 movies, and the dude's like only in his early 30s. Like he cranks
Well,
out.
they
like,
hardly qualify
movie or
as
two
movies.
Well, Drinking Buddies is very good.
I'm not even sure what Mumblecore is.
Yeah.
Mumblecore is when you don't have a script or any professionals or any like real actors, and you just turn a camera on and just bullshit happens.
Like Sharknado and stuff?
No,
No,
like
that's got a
like
script.
Harmony Korine movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Trash
right,
Humpers is probably
right.
Mumblecore.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
but I mean, there's a little more art to it than that. They're like just semi-improvised movies.
Like
Well,
Gummo would be
I
Mumblecore.
I would say Gummo is like
my
early
personal
Mumblecore,
feeling
like
about it is
proto-Mumblecore.
it's a little bit of a charlatan's art. You know, Mumblecore is
Well,
like,
it's like if that's all you can do,
Right.
I understand. But if you're able to get good performances out of people in that art form, then there's something to it. in
And
my
Devin
opinion.
Faraci criticizes the person who made Mumblecore.
He just the whole genre.
the whole genre
Whole
in general,
genre.
but specifically this director.
Because he's the most prominent Mumblecore director in America.
What's his like big film?
Drinking Buddies is his biggest movie, and that's like Olivia Wilde and what's his name from freaking New Girl, Jake Johnson, and Ron Livingston, and I don't know the fourth.
All
person
this to
in it.
say, watching people do 2 rounds of debate and 2 rounds of boxing.
It's
Beautiful.
really cool.
Have you guys ever heard of chess boxing? It is. I kid you not. This thing is real. It is a
God.
perfect sport. It is the perfect melding of mind and brawn, okay? It is, you do a round of chess, of speed chess, and then you do a round of boxing, and then you do a round of speed chess, and then a round of boxing.
It's probably really hard to play chess with a concussion.
Well, that's exactly right. You have to be able to maintain your wits even though you just got hit in the face, and you win either by knockout during the boxing or checkmate during the chess.
We should do a version of the debates here.
I'm down.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
But it's not like we're.
But let's do those
instead
sumo
of punching each
wrestler
other. Yeah, we get the
outfits.
sumo suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like make a ring and we like debate and then we try to push each other out of the
Oh
ring.
man, I'm
That
just
sounds
glad
like the
Joe's
best.
not
Yeah.
around anymore because Joe would
He
be
would crush
so
us.
competitive and just
Yeah.
kill us.
He would kill us.
He would
person
rip
would
through
die.
the sumo wrestler outfit and pull our hearts out.
All right, I think that's going to be all for this episode of the SourceFed podcast. Thank you so much to Jeremy for joining us
Yeah,
today.
thanks for
It's been a
having me.
blast. We'll have you back.
Yay, Jeremy.
Steve Zaragoza, Sam Basher. If you like the show, if you listen to it on iTunes, go to YouTube, subscribe, and leave a comment and a thumbs up. If you're on YouTube and you want to go to iTunes, rate and review, really help us out. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We're talking about fracking. If you don't know what fracking is, it's a process that directs a high-pressure mixture of water and chemicals into rock to release gas.
And of course, the way the trick is done, and I was sworn after not to tell, but the way the trick is done is that